Hello, welcome to Xtra Speak, Xtra Speak, episode number 41. In this episode today, I'm going to be talking about college. My experience with college, and, well, briefly anyway, it's only an Xtra Speak, I'm not blare on for too long about it. Yeah, and just briefly go over, like, what college was like for me. So, stick around, and I hope you enjoy this. Welcome to Xtra Speak, Xtra Speak. A little more prattle on everything and nothing. I always think that bit could be a rave or something. I think I've said that before. I always repeat myself. Why'd you listen to me, to be honest? I don't know. I don't really know. Thank you, though. Thank you for listening to me. Keep listening. I'm just saying don't not listen to me. I'm not great at self-promotion or or anything like that. Yeah, so college. As I've said numerous amounts of times, when I was at school, I looked like an adolescent 8-year-old boy. Not the way you want to look at when you're leaving high school. Like, I started to mature when I left high school, but I wasn't studly, let's say. And I went through a change when I left school. Like, I was kind of starting puberty towards the end of school, and during the summer, I had a summer job, and I kind of matured quite a lot, grew a bit. I think I was probably like 5 foot, if I was anything when I left school, and I'm 5'7" now, so not massive, but I grew quite a lot over college, until college, and I had a proper growth spurt. And had to pretty much buy a whole new wardrobe ready for college, but I used the money I'd worked for and over the summer. As I said in one of the previous episodes, I was working at a packing factory squeezing salad cream sachets, and which my dad made me get a job in that factory. Bless him. Again, you learn these things though. You learn about working life, and I think for me that's what college was. It was more of life experience rather than educational experience. And I'll explain that now. Basically, because when I was at school, I didn't have a lot of experience with girls, looking like an 8-year-old child, because no girl wants that, do they? Like, I was clever, and I was likeable, and I was lovely, still am, and I had talents. Like, I was always in, like, drama groups and stuff like that, which is where a lot of the girls hang out as well, so I was very friendly with the girls, and probably, like, not a threat, let's say. And I did have girlfriends and stuff at school, but I think I wasn't really like the hunky, jocks, as the Americans would say. Like, I wasn't particularly sporty. I was a bit chunky, looked like an 8-year-old, and yeah, I just didn't really appeal to girls, and didn't really have that going me. I think because, like, I wasn't really that hormonal when I was at school. Like, I really fancied girls, but I wasn't, like, driven as well. But that changed towards the end of high school, going into, like, in the summer. Like, I worked out, I was on my push bike a lot, I worked on a packing factory, a lot of manual labour, I got muscly, lost a lot of weight, like, grew, which helped. I became a bit of a butterfly by the time I got to college, like, I must say. I still didn't look old, I still looked young, I would still say I looked like a teenager when I went to college, but at least I wasn't that chunky kid who you thought was your mate's younger brother, because that's pretty much what I looked like. But that was an issue for me, like, going to college and having these experiences, like, having this new found look, because one of the things that I found at college is I could change my look a little bit as well, because, like, no one knew me. I was the only person from my school that went to that college. I went to Malbank Sixth Form, which is in Nantwich, near Crewe, so it was a little bit of a short travel for me every day, either on a push bike or on the bus, and I could kind of be who I wanted to be. So, like, at school, like, I'd been pigeonholed, and I kind of kept my lane as well. Like, I was the outgoing musical type that was clever, and I kind of stuck to that lane and kept a lot of things secret from people, even my friends. There was a lot of things I didn't tell people, and I realise now I've been battling a lot of monsters all my life, and keeping stuff from people, and kind of lying to myself. But I'm not going to get heavy on that. I think it's just how how you deal with things, and you have that epiphany at some point in your life, and you realize and you look back and go, wow, like that's bizarre. But anyway, I go to college, and I'm looking like I do, and I'm feeling a lot more confident because I'm slimmer and I look more of the college young man like they should. Like, I'd been shopping. I'd worked all summer, so I'd kind of got it. I kind of got like a confidence from that as well. Having a job and being like in the real world, and it taught me some stuff. There was some bitchiness in that factory, and yeah, it taught me a bit of life experience. We went on holiday in between, like school and college. I went to like an outlet store near where I live and bought loads of clothes ready for college and the holiday. And then we had our last family holiday to Corfu, in which I got drunk a couple of times and kind of was taken under the wing of my older brother and went off on my own one night. And I think I've said the story about the Robbie Williams dance on this podcast at some point. I'm sure I have, maybe. If I haven't, then I will recap that at some point. But today is not the thing. So when I'd come back from all that work, I saw I'd got a lot of things going on. So there was a lot of things that were. I was hormonal now. I was taller, slimmer. I felt confident. I felt like I looked all right. I'd got new clothes. I felt like I had new confidence to be myself. I think I'd found myself a little bit. Been on holiday and was starting like a bit of a new chapter. I also had like gone out of education a little bit though. Towards the end of school, I was a bit lax in the education department. I'd always been super hard working all the way through school, and I'd got to like college time, leaving school, and they always said, all my teachers were like, oh yeah, you're gonna pass all your exams and stuff. There was only one that didn't, and that was English, and I got an A star, so fuck you, English teacher. But I didn't really work for any of my exams, and that sounds like I'm big-headed, but I got some good results. But I didn't. I think what it was all my coursework that took me through my exams. So I think in my exams, I didn't really make any effort, so I got some average results in some of them, probably because music's one of them. In one of the Stevens, I think it's episode 8, I tell you about how I aced all my practical stuff in music, but just couldn't be fucked with the exam. So going to college, it was a weird thing for me because I wasn't that into the education side of it. I'd pick subjects I liked, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do with them. My plan was to go off to the army, so again, I think I was a bit like, already like, I'm going to college, but it's not really for the education. I'm just going to get some A-levels and don't really need them. And that's always a bad way to go into anything, isn't it? Like that slapdash attitude. So here's me, newfound confidence, looking pretty good, new wardrobe, bit of money in my back pocket, hormonal. I kind of discovered girls in a whole new way. Like when I was at school, fancied girls, thought they were pretty, I was heterosexual. Went to college, hormone explosion, looked at girls in a whole new way. I was a bit of a horny devil, but not in like the groping kind of way, but like I just knew I needed a girlfriend. I needed a girl on my arm. I wanted someone to like hold hands with and kiss and do stuff because I wasn't that experienced from school. I wasn't really kissed some girls and that was about it. Whereas a lot of my mates had lost their virginity at school and I was nowhere near that level. But my hormones were now telling me things need to happen somewhere. So that combination of me being in college was not good for my education. And then I discovered alcohol. So when I turned 18, alcohol was a thing. Even though like I'd been on holiday with my parents, like they don't care in foreign countries, do they? Really, like in Greece and Spain and stuff. Like if you're going in and spending money, they're a bit, as long as you're not like a child, obviously. But they weren't that bothered over there. So they would serve me alcohol and be like, "Oh, are you all right? Yeah, okay." And yeah, okay, you've got money, that's fine. Yeah, when I discovered alcohol, that was kind of like nail in the coffin for me actually learning anything at college. But college gave me lots of things. It gave me more life experience. Give me some of the best times, some of the best friends I've had. I have kept in touch with a few of them, not everyone, because you lose touch with people, but I've kept in touch with a few of them, mainly through Facebook and social media. But my mate Scott has been a lasting friendship. My mate Mike and his brother Phil, and a couple of others. But yeah, it wasn't really an education thing for me, college. It was more of a life experience. And the thing is, why me and Scott probably became such good friends as well is because we were the only ones from our school. He was in the same boat as me. He was the only one from his school. I was the only one from my school. So we had kind of had like that common theme already. So we kind of like helped each other out and hung out together and helped each other get to classes because we were in a lot of each other's classes. And yeah, it was. I think we were each other's comfort blanket for quite a while, until we'd got used to like whole layout of that college. But I used to go to the pub at lunchtime and get pissed and go to lessons. Scott could probably name a few lessons that I turned up to drunk and fell off my chair and stuff. And maybe we'll have an episode about that. He mentions it in one of the Star Trek episodes. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not sure when this episode's going out. You see, because I've recorded a few in advance. So check out either part 1 or part 2 of Scott's Star Trek episodes. And he does mention this in one of them. But yeah, college for me was just... How many times have I said college for me? I don't know. But college was just one of them things that turned into a life education rather than education. I discovered Stephen as an adult rather than Stephen as a child. And I had a few girlfriends and experienced things, and it set me up for going into the great wide yonder, which wasn't the army, unfortunately. In the end, it turned out I joined the railway full time after having a part-time job there, and that's another story. But yeah, I've got a smile on my face. Just college was just ace. So yeah, Malbank sixth form. I'm not going to say how long ago it was, but if you knew me while we were there, then you probably remember my Hawaiian shirts that I used to wear quite a lot, and you may remember me being drunk in a few lessons. But we had a on that note, actually, we had a kind of a deal, because it was like Malbank was, I believe they told like the landlords and stuff and the pub owners of the surrounding area, because Nantwich used to be in the record books for like the most pubs in a mile or something, in a square mile or a square half mile, and like literally you can fall out of one pub into another, or you used to be able to. And they had like an agreement saying, like, you know, if anyone goes during college time or school time or like lunchtime and stuff, like, you must report it to us, because they shouldn't be drinking during the day while they're meant to be attending college. But I used to just say to them, like, listen, like, it's affecting your business. Like, if we're in it, why would you report us? Because we're not going to be in here drinking, so you'll get money out of us while we're here. Why are you bothered about our education, kind of thing? And most of them would agree and go, yeah, as long as you don't make any trouble and you're paying and you're not sitting having one pint for 5 hours, then yeah, we don't care. So I kind of got around that. Cracking. Yeah. To be young is to be free, and don't take it for granted, because you always get told like being younger is like one of the best times. It generally is one of the best times, but life's what you make it. Like, I'm 40 this year, and who knows what this year will bring, and I'm going to try and be the best I can this year. Maybe I should like bring back the college Steve and start wearing Hawaiian shirts again. I'd love that, actually. Like, I should wear Hawaiian shirts more often. That's more my style. I've gone too conservative in my dress sense. Sarah's gonna get a shock. Anyway, thank you very much for listening about my college experience, and well, it wasn't really a college experience. It was literally just getting pissed and chasing girls, really. So, and even that is a generalization. I've never been good with chasing girls or speaking to women. I'm okay speaking to them, but it's the actual getting to the relationship bit that's always the kicker for me. Anyway, I'm rambling on now, because, yes, that's what I do. Thanks very much for listening. Check out social medias. Let me know what your experience of college was. Was it more of an education thing for you, or was it a life experience, or a bit of both? Did you go to uni, and what was that like? I never went to university, so what was that like for you? Was education too much by that point? Because that's kind of how I was. I got sick of education and wanted an out. And partying was that. So let me know. Stick around for the end outro for all the details on that. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. You've been listening to Xtra Speak, Xtra Speak. Thanks for listening to my unscripted prattle on everything and nothing. Visit stevenspeak.com for updates, information, and my blog. You can follow more updates on social media at StephenSpeakPC. Thanks very much, and I'll speak to you soon.